At the beginning of the film, a man opens a door and to his shock, he finds a world 10 years behind our Earth. There are inverted buildings, high-tech cars, and technology a million times more advanced than any other world. It turns out when God created the universe, he created 22 parallel worlds for an experiment. Some of those worlds are miserable with only war and suffering, while others are normal. Then there are the worlds with advanced technology and happier people. Humans from all the worlds have no idea about the existence of the parallel worlds, except for the gatekeepers. They are the supernatural beings tasked with checking the people who go through the interworld travel, and one of them is Kirill. But before he was anything like that, he was just an ordinary person. Originally, he was a person from our Earth. The scene shifts to a few days ago. Kirill returns home from work, and to his surprise, there is an unknown woman in his apartment. The woman introduces herself as Rena before Kirill demands to know what she's doing there. He wants her to immediately get out of his house, but to his shock, the woman claims that the house belongs to her. This puzzles and infuriates Kirill, causing the two to get into an argument. Soon, the police are called. Kirill finally gets to enter the property, but to his utter shock, the whole house has been changed from the inside, and his neighbors also don't recognize him. Rena brings out some paperwork and proves that the house belongs to her. Eventually, the police tell Kirill to leave the property, and he reluctantly agrees. Dejected, Kirill returns to his office with his friend for a work party. It's revealed that he has recently designed a successful game, and thanks to it, Kirill's company has secured a new business deal. Kirill's bosses are very happy with him, and they let him know that they appreciate his work and what he has done for the company. When he returns home, this is when he meets the strange woman. Unable to prove his ownership, Kirill leaves and goes to his friend Katya's house. He explains his ordeal to the guy while looking up his property papers on the internet. After collecting evidence of everything, he takes it to the National Cooperation the following day. Just when he thinks the confusion is about to be solved, he learns that the government office doesn't have any record of his name in the office's database. Kirill then goes to his office to look for proof of ownership, but no one seems to recognize him, even the people who were praising him the night before for creating the game. Furious, Kirill creates a scene in his office and has to be kicked out. Soon he turns to his friend Katya, as he is the only person who still recognizes him. Katya is also confused by what's happening to Kirill and suggests he meet his parents to confirm his identity. Kirill goes to meet his father, but to his disappointment, even he refuses to recognize him, claiming that he doesn't have any children. Upset, Kirill decides to confront Rena, the woman that seemingly started it all. He barges into his former home and again asks her to leave. This naturally turns into an argument, and Kirill threatens her with a knife. Rena remains unfazed as she strangely makes Kirill point the knife to her stomach. Kirill thinks she is trying to scare him, but is surprised when she actually stabs herself in the stomach. As Kirill tries to make sense of what just happened, Rena dies. Soon, the police arrive and arrest Kirill on the charge of murdering Rena. The scene finally cuts back to the present. Strangely enough, instead of taking Kirill to the police station, the police let him walk away without filing any charges. He then receives a text message on his phone, instructing him to go to a nearby lighthouse. Because he is stranded in a street at night, he decides to follow the instructions. The lighthouse is in shambles, and Kirill spends the night inside of it. The following day, when he wakes up, he finds the lighthouse as good as new. He also discovers that the scenery outside the lighthouse has changed, as if he has somehow teleported to a new place overnight. Next, a courier appears from a door with a bunch of books, and from another door, Rena enters the place. Kirill is stunned as he is under the impression that Rena had died. The woman orders Kirill to receive the courier before telling him that he is in another world, a new world that is parallel to his. She reveals that the name of this world is the same as his video game. This is when we find out that when Kirill designed his game, he inadvertently created a gateway to another world. Rena then shows Kirill the whole world from a door, and it looks just like Kirill's world. She tells him that now that he has created the portal, he must live in his new world. Rena has made his existence easier by removing Kirill's identity from his world and making everyone forget him. She also reveals that there are thousands of other worlds that are parallel to one another. The gates to some have already been opened, while others are yet unopened. Rena and people she knows recruit humans with special powers who have the ability to open doors to other universes, and Kirill is one of them. Only a select few people are aware of the existence of the parallel worlds, and they travel to and fro between different worlds through a tower called the Traveler. Kirill asks her how she knows all this, and what her real identity is. To this, Rena replies that she is not a human, but a super entity, and Kirill has also become like her. Along with his superpowers, Kirill now has the power to manifest things he desires inside his his tower. He has been made a customs officer and is supposed to examine people traveling from different worlds to the world that he manifested through the video game. She orders him to read the book the courier man delivered earlier to familiarize himself with his powers and duties. Kirill refuses to accept all of this and insists on returning back to his former world. Rena, who expected him to act this way, warns him that in his world, no one will ever recognize him again. Moreover, he is nothing more than a criminal and will be arrested for her murder if he returns. After Rena leaves, Kirill invites Katya to his tower and explains what happened to him. As Katya tries to make sense of everything, travelers begin to arrive. Kirill's former girlfriend also arrives with her date, Anton, who is revealed to be a super entity. Anna recognizes Katya, but she doesn't seem to recognize Kirill. A day before Kirill was forgotten in his world, he was surprising his girlfriend Anna outside her home while Katya was filming them. However, Anna was upset because Kirill hardly made time for her and was always busy working. Moreover, Kirill also forgot that Anna's birthday was the day before. Anna refused to give him another chance and ended their relationship. Back in the present, Kirill approves Anna and Anton's travel with a heavy heart, and the pair leave. Minutes later, Kirill decides to follow them with Katya to see where the couple goes. Unfortunately, the two come under attack by a doll-shaped robot trying to stop them. This gives Kirill an opportunity to use his superpower and easily defeats the robot. In the same building, Kirill comes across a dying woman named Rosa. She desperately pleads for water, and Kirill quickly fetches her some. After drinking the water, Rosa's wounds instantly heal and she recovers. She then reveals that in this world, water is a healer of any and all disease. Even if someone is dying and they drink water, they will instantly recover. Rosa also turns out to be a customs officer who came to this world when she was 27 years old and has since then stopped aging and has become immortal. After chatting with her for a while, Kirill returns to the tower and falls asleep. When he wakes up, he learns that another portal is opened overnight and he has entered a new and beautiful universe. Kirill decides to go out and explore the beach right outside his tower. Soon, Rena and the secret society members arrive to inspect this newly unlocked world. Rena gives Kirill a locket and tells him that from now on, he can only go out 15 kilometers from his tower. If he tries walking beyond that point, he could die. After Rena and the others leave, Kirill decides to go and meet his parents, who are 13 kilometers away from the tower. He knows the risks of walking that far, but takes it anyway. On the train to his parents' house, he drifts away from the tower, and as a result, Kirill's body becomes weaker. As he desperately becomes thirsty, a man offers him water, which recovers him in an instant. After reaching his parents' home, Kirill pretends to be his father's student and has dinner with them. Later, he returns to his tower, and there, Anna and Anton show up again. It turns out Anna learned about the newly unlocked world, which has a beautiful beach that she wanted to visit. As Anna checks out the beach, Kirill exploits his position as a customs officer to find out that Anton is not dating Anna, and he is just a man hired by the secret society to keep an eye on her. Kirill is finally relieved, and he again tries to woo Anna. It's revealed that Kirill managed to open the door to the latest world because he was thinking of Anna, who loved beaches. The two spend some time together, which leads Kirill to take Anna to a party thrown by Rena. This leads to Rena's displeasure, as she too has a crush on Kirill. At the party, Rosa entertains Alex, while Kirill meets a man named Felix, who happens to be a former customs officer of this world. Felix reveals that he got expelled from his job because he opened the gates to many new worlds without the approval of the secret society. Felix also reveals that there's a world called Utopia, which rules over all the other worlds. It's the only world where people of other worlds cannot travel to. Meanwhile, seeing Kirill busy with others, Anna gets upset and quietly leaves the party. However, she gets kidnapped by Rena's henchman and is dropped off to another world to ensure she never meets Kirill again. Kirill, on the other hand, starts looking for Anna at the party, and after failing to locate her, he returns to the tower. There, a member of the committee surprises him and secretly assigns him to a task to open a door to Utopia, where no one is allowed to go. She claims that Utopia is the real world, and all other worlds are merely copies of it. In Utopia, there's no hatred, intolerance, or disease. There, people live happily and in peace. The committee member wants Kirill to find out the secret of the real world's success so that other worlds can learn from them. Kirill accepts the mission, but he is still concerned about Anna. The next day, he looks up Anna's house on the map, and it's 15 kilometers away from the tower. He knows going that far from the tower will kill him, but he doesn't care as long as he gets to meet his love. Expectedly, his condition deteriorates as he approaches her home, but to keep himself from dying, he eats the snow. He eventually makes it to her home, but is disappointed when he doesn't find her there. At last, he returns to the tower, where he notices that entry to another world has opened. This one seems like a dystopian gulag with impoverished civilians. There, everyone works for a factory that is owned by a woman who is revealed to be the world's custom officer. When she learns that Kirill is a customs officer from another world, she asks him to deliver a speech to motivate her workers. Kirill agrees, and in the crowd, he notices Anna, who appears to be weak. It turns out that Rena's henchmen abandoned Anna in this world. Knowing that the customs officer would never let Anna walk away, Kirill cleverly crowds her with her own workers and proceeds to run away with Anna. They are chased, but eventually manage to get back to the lighthouse. A while later, Katya arrives at the lighthouse, and it's revealed that he is also a secret society member. This is also the reason he didn't lose his memory when everyone else in Kirill's world forgot him. Upset with Kirill for bringing Anna back from another world, Katya reduces Kirill's walking limit to a mere 50 meters from the tower. After Katya leaves, Anna's health deteriorates, so he takes her to her dream world. Anna begins to recover, but past 50 meters, Kirill's health rapidly deteriorates. As he almost passes away, Anna pulls off the locket from Kirill's neck that Rena had given him when he first arrived. The two then return to the tower, and the next day, the door to another world opens. This time, it's the Utopian world that is beautiful, technologically advanced, and has no flaws. Kirill meets the world's customs officer who tells him that this world is the original one and is 10 years behind the other worlds. Those worlds were created so that the people from this world could predict what could happen in the future and prevent anything bad from happening. The Utopian world actively learns from the mistakes of the other worlds. If war breaks out in one, this world avoids all things that caused the war. The same thing happens if a disease breaks out, or an apocalypse occurs in the other worlds. Similarly, if a new invention is made in the parallel world, this world instantly copies that technology. So they still have Twitter. They're doomed. Shocked by the revelation, Kirill decides to return to the tower, but the officer refuses to let him return alive now that he knows the Utopian world's secret. Many entities from the Utopia try to kill him, but he somehow manages to return to the tower. There, Rena confronts him, and it's revealed that she again sent Anna to another world. This enrages Kirill, and he attacks Rena. A long fight ensues, which ends when Kirill kills her. As she dies, Kirill's world begins to collapse. With her death, the people's memories return, and Kirill's mother contacts him and requests that he return home. Katya then appears and informs him that the tower has been broken, so they cannot travel to another world again. Kirill seeks Katya's help in finding an alternate gateway, and after the two leave, a fire brigade puts out the fire at the ruins of the tower. Consequently, Rena survives, and the movie ends, hinting towards a sequel. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.